G'day, we're the Traders. I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of a very excited Calvinator.
I reckon it's been a long, hard pre-season, boys.
AAMI Community Series Eve.
Good.
Just goes up a notch.
It does. We're very excited about it all. Kicking off Thursday night is the first game. Your Blues, Roy?
There is a lot to look at.
In that. So we'll get into almost a semi-preview or a bit of a watch. But Roy, the biggest news out of this week was a revelation, the reveal of Team Destroy.
It was always going to happen. There's always going to be a lot of talk about it, the excitement.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement.
It's a big deal. When it happens each year, it's a big deal. Now, some people make it a bigger deal when they reveal teams than they have to.
Yes.
There's a lot of self-handicapping and panic pre-release.
Yes.
But if you're just backing in your squad, you roll it out.
Yeah.
And you roll out a good one, and it takes care of itself.
Well, let's have a look at it.
That's what I've done.
Here is Team Destroy currently as it stands.
See, some people think it's too good.
The back line looks pretty good there.
Thank you.
Oh, good names there, I guess we've seen there. Harms and Mills are probably the two names that may have popped into your team in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now, Mills, every pre-season, you'd be silly not to have a look at him sitting there in case the mid thing is real. At the moment, he's there for me because I do believe that the midfield thing is real, finally. So he was drafted as an elite mid, best in his class by a mile. He's done probably 2 more years than we would expect on the half-back line. He is now moving into an ageing midfield, and he's about to go bang.
Okay.
Yeah.
He'll be one to watch this weekend. In the midfield, you haven't gone too big at the top end. You've got
yes, I have.
Walsh.
Look at number 1.
Taranto.
Walsh.
Sarong. Sloan. Rao. Where's your captain out of those guys?
Oh, there's multiple there. Taranto averaged 115 2 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, Calvin, you'll be the judge of that, I guess.
I'll be the judge of that.
You don't have to go your captain in the midfield.
You don't. And I think that's a strategy that a lot of us will probably employ this year a little bit with that cheaper midfield with those underpriced players. Because
Can I just flag something else?
Go flag away.
You mean self-handicap?
This is exactly what you mean.
No, I wouldn't do that. I don't need to do that. Now, there's also going to be 2 options basically every week for a captain, so we don't need that midfield top price guy necessarily. Now, flag.
Yep.
Again, I did actually make one mistake.
No.
I put the wrong shadow kangaroo in.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like, let's make that change now.
Yeah, thanks.
And you should have had there Powell.
I tell you what, though, we've confused those 2 all pre-season, so that's okay.
Yeah, I've looked at the picture. I can hardly split them with that picture.
It's really hard.
Anyway,
that's fixed.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, you do have a
mistakes now.
couple of fantastic options in the ruck there as captains. Is Brodie Grundy and Riley O'Brien.
Yes.
Not going the max option.
And don't for one second think that I'm saying Max is going to be a bad option dog, because I think he's going to be outstanding. It's been well reported by the scale of hardness that he gets an easy start.
He does.
You know what? That could also mean he spends a bit more time forward, given they like the look of him there, and a little bit of a confidence boost for the younger Jackson.
But not at the cost of losing the game.
They won't lose the game.
No, good. Right.
And the forward line, Tom Phillips at your F1. No sort of big dog there in a Danger or a Dunkley.
No.
Comments about Dunkley this week. Woo.
Yeah, well, that was... So I'm a Dunkley lover. Massive fan.
Yep.
But after hearing what Beveridge said this morning about him, it has all but turned me off. It is now way too risky. Danger on the other side, watching him play the scratch match, watching his role, that was mouthwatering. All the talk about him being way underdone, that's a load. He's well and truly on track. And this week, if he could play his way into my side, without a doubt.
Right. Yeah.
Because that role was outstanding for someone that good.
Okay, for the other forwards there. So you got Butters, interesting choice, because you did have Rosie earlier in the pre-season.
Yeah.
You've jumped on the Caldwell.
I have.
Yep.
Yeah, that centre bounce attendance numbers just forced my hand with that. That was too many. Now, I'll have another look this week.
Yep.
They might have just been getting some kilometres in his legs, but if not...
McGrath was missing in that game, but I think that's what he's going to be. He's going to be a midfielder.
So I can't say no to that in the forward line for 500k.
Yep, nice. And the rest of the side there, you have gone the Joe Danaher.
Yep. I'm a massive fan of Joe, and he hasn't missed a session.
Paddy Dowd, out. How cemented in the side is he for you?
He's as hard as concrete can get.
Whoa. And your rookies, like, this is a thing that it is a time to be looking at, and I think this is where we might go to what our next conversation is the AAMI Community Series. Changes its name every year on us.
It does.
But it all kicks off Thursday night, our games that we've got going through there. Let's have a quick preview, I guess. Who are we looking at in Carlton and St Kilda that we might be looking at, Cal?
Roy's given me 5 names he's looking at here. Zach Williams, Cripps, Doherty, Walsh, and your boy Paddy.
Yeah. Now, with Doherty, he is the guy that I potentially put in for Mills.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have an absolute field day this year. So he's one to watch, and he's not getting talked about.
Yep. All right. The next game that we're looking at then would be the Pies and the Tigers.
Yeah, not much from Richmond. We're looking at Taylor Adams and whether or not he plays and if he's fit. That's a bit of an injury cloud there. But Ollie Henry, the 238k forward. Could play.
Saturday Arvo, North Melbourne will see a bit out of these guys, won't we?
Well,
Powell, obviously.
Jaden Stevenson, after last week, spending a lot of time forward.
Yep.
Cunnington, whether or not he's fit and ready to go.
Well, that Lazaro as well could be another one that's a chance.
Downey on a wing.
Yes.
And Tom Phillips's mid-clock.
Yeah, well, he played a lot of inside.
He did.
So that's only going to make his... I think we're picking him anyway, but that makes his stocks rise.
It sure does.
He's must-have borderline now.
It is.
Bombers.
Yeah. Well, we're looking
at the Cats.
Well, Harry Jones, because of the strapping he had on his knee. Sources has been busy out there looking at it. Alec Waterman.
Yeah.
170k.
Now signed, 170k forward you can pick him up as.
I think.
Does he come in ahead of Harry Jones?
I think he does now.
Yeah. I think even in our fantasy sides, we just go bang.
I think so.
I agree. And I wouldn't mind having a look at Jeremy Cameron as well, Doc.
Yep.
That's
You
an
have
interesting
to.
one.
Carl is another one that I'll be watching if he can play that back role.
Yeah.
Under 200k. He did that in that pre-season game. All right. And Sunday, Giants and Swans. Fair few there. Those Swans, we've got Errol Goulden. I think he's a lock.
I think he is
pretty
too.
much said he was.
We're looking at Mills, of course, with his midfield time, and also Braden Campbell, who should be taking Mills' spot off the back half.
That's all part of the plan, isn't it?
There's a lot of GWS guys as well. Flynn will be rucking solo, and then we've got that back mix of Cumming, Ask, Iden. What's his name? Oh, I wrote Ask in there. Ash.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
And the 170k.
We could ask.
We could ask
Isaac Cumming if Ash will be an option.
Yes, but is it Weir? The one Where? Same thing.
Weir.
You shouldn't get me to say names.
No, no.
Where's your head at?
I don't know.
Your Crows, see what that midfield mix is looking like. Is our boy Jackson Haitley going to get enough mid-clock?
Yeah, and Schoenberg, the role that he's got there. James Rowe, whether or not he's going to play. And also
midfield, Sloan.
Rory Sloan, if he's up and about. So, interesting one.
And the Western Derby. We'll look at the Eagles. Not much going on there. Duggan probably to see that mid-clock.
You've got to have a look at it.
Yeah, and also then, the Dockers. Lloyd Meek. He could be playing round one.
He probably will be.
Roy, you're all over Sarong.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll be watching
I'll be having a look at him. Yeah,
Meek could come on to a lot of utilities.
Oh, yeah, good call.
You know, with Flynn being
without
there
a doubt.
And then the Monday games, Bulldogs. What's Dunkley doing?
We have to watch that.
Well, that's a big concern.
Will he be out of the side if Bevo has
exactly. Who would know?
For the Demons, I'm looking for Harms and his midfield time that he's supposed to be getting.
That's a huge one.
That's a big one. Big watch for me. I also want to see James Jordan, 170k midfielder, and if he gets a game for the Ds.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he does?
I think he does.
Interesting. Got some sources on that. I'll tell you later on, boys.
Oh, okay.
Suns and the Lions.
Last one. Eli Smith, a big one for Brisbane.
Yeah.
Mid forward, 170k. Danaher in that one too, Destroy.
Yeah.
What do you need to see from him to tick that box?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. I just need to see him out there running around, smiling, getting the odd mark. He's going to have an outstanding season as long as he's on the park.
Going back to your team there, Roy, you do have Danaher, but I did notice you don't have Matt Rowell there. Oh, yes, you do. You do have Matt Rowell.
Great observation.
Dog, holy... I said I made one mistake, and that was just...
that's fine.
You do have him. We've got to watch him.
Yeah, we
Rowell,
do.
considering...
Because he's a massive lock, but there was reports he was a bit underdone and stuff in his half of footy.
He should be right.
Last week. Of course he's right.
We're going to watch. All right. Well, there it is. The AAMI Community Series, the watch list. It's going to be long. Our notes will be copious. Next week, make sure you tune into the podcast because we'll be dissecting all of that, Cal. You know the podcast last week was pretty long. This week,
longer.
Could be longer.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a lot to watch. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and good luck with your fantasy team picking. Just go and copy Roy's. It's a good start.
You could do.
AFL.com.au. See ya.